Hey everyone, welcome back to SisterCodes. My name is Kaylee,
And I'm Ashley.
and we have a really exciting announcement today.
Yeah.
I quit my job. Is that going to be our freeze frame?
Yeah.
We're like, Ashley already knew. Don't
Yeah.
worry. So yeah, I quit my job. Monday was my last day. Today is a couple days late. No, today's Thursday. Whew. Time is weird when you're fun employed. So yeah, I wanted to update you all on the fact that I quit my job. I hadn't really been talking too much about what was going on in my day job, just in anticipation of this. Obviously, these kind of decisions take a very long time to make, and I didn't want to announce
publicly announce
yeah,
it to the world.
exactly. Although I will say I did drop a couple breadcrumb hints, which if you were really observant, you may have picked up on, where I think I mentioned, well, first of all, I tweeted that I bombed a technical interview, which was kind of like spicy.
She's doing technical interviews.
Spicy.
Why?
And then I also had talked in one episode about doing leak code practice problems. So I was like another little thing that I kind of slipped in there. But yeah, I'm really excited. I have about a month between jobs, so I did line up another full-time position in about a month. I'm super excited for that. I'm not going to be announcing it today. You've got to wait for the reveal on that one.
You gotta subscribe.
You gotta subscribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to just talk very briefly about the fact that I've quit my job, like what I'm doing now, what you can expect to hopefully see from SisterCodes in the next month. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to
Am
talk?
I missing anything?
I don't think so. I think that's about it. But do you want to talk a little bit about why it was so important for you to take a month off?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So I have been feeling burnt out for quite a while now, actually. I started to feel really badly at the end of December, and then I took 2 weeks off for Christmas break. And in a way, it's crazy, but I felt like the velocity momentum of just working so hard. We were producing our podcast every week, a YouTube video we were trying for every single week. I was also writing for my blog. I was doing Instagram still at the time, and that on top of my day job being very demanding, and I was working probably closer to 12 hours a day, it was a lot. And when I took those 2 weeks off in December, it was almost like that little glimpse of break gave my body enough time to figure out like, whoa, you're not going back to what you were doing before. And since then, things at my previous job had gotten really crazy and tumultuous. We did an episode on team reorganizations that was very largely fueled by some of the experiences that I was going through during my day job. And that was a bit of a wake-up call for me of like, hey, maybe this isn't the best fit for me anymore. Like, I was really happy with my job. Obviously, it was the first job that I accepted right out of college. I was working on Wall Street at a really big investment bank as a software engineer. And yeah, I just realized, you know what, maybe this doesn't suit my needs anymore, and maybe it's time to look for something else, which is what I did. And I'll definitely be making another video about what my thought process was for leaving, like how I found my next job, everything like that. But I knew from the start I wanted at least a month between roles so that I could properly kind of decompress, take time off, enjoy where I'm living in Vermont, which is, it's kind of crazy. I've been living here for over a year now, and I feel like I've never gotten to truly enjoy it because I've only had like 1 or 2 weeks off here the entire time I've lived here. And so it's felt very much like all these little things that I would love to be able to go do. It's like, I can never get to the farmer's market because they open on Wednesdays from like 11 to 2 and I'm working during that time. Or, even smaller things like going on really popular hikes that you can't necessarily do on the weekends because there's too many people, that you have to be able to do on a weekday. It's like I was too busy working. So I'm really excited to take a month, refresh, reset, do all of those awesome things, and then, hit the ground running in my next role.
Yeah. Do you want to tease a little bit of like what your next job is going to be? You could just say like what sector is going to be in.
So it's technology. It's I'm no longer in finance, fintech, whatever you want to call it. That's like a whole separate conversation on its own. It's like working in fintech, some of the drawbacks of it and things that I wish that I knew before I started working in fintech. And that's been honestly a 2-year learning experience for me to just figure out the hard way that it's not the best fit for me, and I can go into that later. But yeah, I'm going to be working in a purely technology first company. one of the things that was super important for me was a sense of purpose with what I was delivering. And that's something that's become evident to me across the work that I was doing in fintech. I felt the most motivated and inspired when the products that I was working on, I knew how that could directly impact someone that was using something that I built. And so that was actually something that was pretty important for me when I was looking for another role. And I found it at like a purely tech company. It's still tentatively based out of New York. I say tentatively because I'm not expected to return to office till September, but even then, that's kind of like a big question mark. And what does hybrid look like? What does remote look like? So there's a lot of questions to be answered about that. So for the time being, even though I have a new role, I'm still staying in Vermont. We're still here, and we'll still be filming videos, putting them out. I'm hoping to make a couple more since I have the time now, and Ashley's still working full time. So even getting her for these couple minutes to film this is challenging. So I'm hoping to film more really awesome content about switching roles, quitting your first job, all of that, because I know I had like a bazillion and a half questions when I did this. So I really want to like share my thoughts of this with you all.
Yeah. But yeah, this is your little reminder that if you want to switch jobs, you can do it. Like even during a pandemic, even during this crazy time that we're in, like it's definitely possible. And Kaylee found like her, like probably a dream job.
It is very close to one of my dream jobs. Yeah. It's like when I sat down at the start of my job search and I was like, these are the things that are really important to me. This one ticks pretty much every single box. And in fact, I like really made sure it was a good fit for me because moving jobs is a lot of work, right? There's a lot of time investment, onboarding, ramp up that goes into starting another role, especially at a different company. So I wanted to make sure that this was worth my while. But yeah, I'm really excited. And I gotta say, it's been day 3 and I'm just so happy. I feel so free. Like
I'm so jealous of Kaylee every morning when I wake up because I like have to go log in and Kaylee's just like on the porch or like drinking coffee, like hanging out.
Like just getting to wake up every day and do what you want and to not have a plan or a schedule and be able to just like spend an hour on the porch drinking coffee just 'cause. Or whether it's journaling. I did yoga on the back porch yesterday and I was like, how come I haven't done this more? Like, I've still lived here, right? Like, I've still lived here. Yeah, I had a job, but like, why haven't I just made more time for these things? Which that's hopefully a lesson I'll take away even into going into my new role is definitely how to live well. That was something that my old role didn't really afford me the luxury of due to it being very demanding in terms of my schedule, which Ashley always saw. I was in meetings I was in meetings like at least 50% of most days, if not more. Some days I actually had maybe not even a half hour for lunch, and that was my whole day, 10 hours.
Which is crazy because that's not what my job is like at all. But yeah, we can also talk about that in another video. So make sure you go subscribe.
Yeah, so
and like this video. I'm just throwing in all the things.
Just go like, subscribe, notification bell, all of it, you know. So I realized this video ended up being a bit rambly, but I just really wanted to announce that I quit my job. I am moving to I'm staying as a software engineer. I realized I didn't say that, but I am staying as a software engineer, back-end focused. That's been my thing. That's what I'm going to continue to do. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing more of that story once I actually start my new role and I get a little bit settled in. But from now until then, I really, I'm excited to share with you some of the behind the scenes of quitting your first job, finding a new job, what job searching was like during COVID, which Ashley had that experience and I saw her go through it, and then I had my own experience. So yeah, we're going to continue producing really awesome content for you all. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you all so much for watching, and we come out with a new video basically every week. It's sometimes a little bit different from that, but it's usually every week.
It's about once a week. The day that we post varies depending on our schedule, but we do try and put out a video once a week.
Yeah, so make sure you're subscribed and you like this video, and we will see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching.
I quit. Woo!